Yeah. Hey, did you ever wonder what goes on in a b-boy's mind in the heat of the classic battle, during the battle and between the rounds? Well, today we're gonna find out here at the Knowledge Drop. Yeah, the Knowledge Drop is back. This is Focus of the Flow Mode crew on BboDojo.com. Since one of my classic battles, Focus versus RoxRite, turns 10 years in a couple of months. 10 years already? Where did all that time go? Pew, flew by. Well, nevertheless, since that battle turns 10 years, today we're going to dig deeper into that battle and see what's the mindset, what goes on inside a b-boy's mind, rocking an exhibition battle that's been promoted for 6 months, going against one of the greats in our scene and our generation. Let's go. We're going to go through the battle round by round, and hopefully it's going to help you to keep your head together better when it comes to your battles and put your rounds together in a new way as well. We'll see. Let's see where it leads up to. Our good friend B-Boy Max 1 from the Unique Styles crew, B-Boy's spot, biggest and baddest, rest in peace to his soul, had been thinking about throwing an exhibition battle in his Outbreak events. He had been throwing the Outbreak for 4 years already, and the 5th one, he wanted to make an exhibition battle. One exhibition battle, and that was it. And that had to be bigger and better than anything else that had happened as far as exhibition battles in the past. Max was close with RoxRite. They had been working a lot together in the past with the squadron and such. And they had a similar mindset, they're the same generation, so it was a natural choice. He knew that RoxRite could hold his own when it comes to a long exhibition battle like this. A couple of years earlier, Max came to New York for Rocksteady anniversary, and he saw Flomo kill it over there and taking the title, entering the competition and taking the title, but also rocking the ciphers at the same time. Not forgetting about the ciphers, putting our rep on the line in the ciphers too between the competition battles. And he thought that's something that's pretty rare for b-boys to do. If they enter competition, nobody rocks ciphers in that way. And that also tells something about the stamina. If you can hold your own during the whole night in the competition battles, but still rep hard in the ciphers, he was like, okay, Focus might be a good choice in order to make a classic battle with Rox. So he hit me up about 6 months before Outbreak 5 the jam. And he said, Focus, we need to make a 12-round exhibition battle with RoxRite. Are you down? And I didn't know what I was signing up for because nobody had ever done it. But of course my answer was yes, let's go. And as a big fan of boxing, he wanted to make it boxing style as well. 12 rounds, entrance songs, heavyweight champions, number of titles, and all that good stuff. So my entrance song choice was an easy choice actually. As a big Nas fan, as a big fan of Illmatic, the album, I wanted to pay tribute to the New York tradition and the history of hip hop. So New York State of Mind was an easy choice for me, and that put me to that mood of a grimy battle feeling as well. We announced and both walked in. Audience in 2 floors around us. Battle happens in the circle in between of the people. My favorite DJ Scheme Riches on the decks, grabs the mic, both hype up Max 1 and Scheme on the mic, hype up the battle, pound fists. We had tossed the coins in the back. RoxRite is going first, and it's go time. Since we're in the States, the squadron and pretty much all the homeboys take RoxRite back, wanted to support him, and it feels like half of the jam walks behind RoxRite in order to support him. I'm over there all by myself with 80 in the back, and that's it. So Alien S jumps up. He shouts out loud, like, if nobody else is supporting Focus, I'm gonna back him up. Walks behind me and supports. Round 1, RoxRite hits the floor. Keeps it short and effective with the original concepts, just the way you're supposed to when it comes to a 12-round exhibition battle. I had decided one move for this battle earlier. I thought to myself, I'm gonna start off with the double halo, but I like this beat. Scheme Riches is bringing me some ill rhythms that I wanna rock out and vibe out when it comes to rocking your tops. But I'm like, alright, I'm gonna start off with the double halo. It didn't go exactly as planned, but that's not gonna let me down. So whatever comes after this round, during this round, has to be more explosive. If I do a small crash, that's gonna give me more energy to go crazier in the end of the round. I think the strategy for both of us was jumping in right after, going fast and hard in order to make the opponent tired. So RoxRite is jumping in right after I'm done. He's already on the floor, on his halos and rocking his footwork concepts right after. I'm still feeling that beat.
So I'm staying on top, taking my time in order to connect better with the music and show that maybe that's something I can do better than the opponent too. And once we're still in the beginning of the battle, my snap is still there. The audiences in the States love burns. Maybe even more than the European ones. American audiences love burns, love to see somebody getting burned. So they gave me a lot of energy from that round. And Rox sees that, so the next round is stacked with material. That throws in a longer round with more typical RoxRite stuff, more material stacked in one round. You're top rocking too much, Alien S yells in the back. That's gonna make you tired. So I just think like, okay, we need to bring in some big guns. I see a possible burn over there. Rox tying up his shoelaces, he dodges it, so I'm like, okay, Australian windmills. Back to swipes, finish it up with a backspin variation that nobody else does. Reacting to the situation like that, changing your game plan according to whatever is going down at the moment, is one of the most important skills when it comes to battling. And you can see a great example about that over here too. Rox sees me do a backspin variation, so he takes a backspin to a headspin. He takes whatever he saw in the other side of the circle and adds on to that with his battling skills. That's one of the reasons why I respect him as a battler so much, with his experience and skills when it comes to battle. Round 4 for me. I've been stacking my rounds with a lot of materials every single round this far. So this round I'm gonna go a little bit shorter, dig into my arsenal for material that doesn't require that much strength or energy in order to keep up going for the remaining rounds. But I'm still trying to connect with the music, since that's one of my strongest points when it comes to my battle skills. Moving on to the 5th round. RoxRite drops one of the strongest rounds in the battle. Not too long again, but a compact size, stacked with material and original concepts, finishing up with a freeze that sticks. So now is the time for me to drop something that I prepared specifically for Rox. I've been studying his style for the past 6 months, and I see his ability of stacking is something that I didn't have in the past. So I trained my stacking, and now is the time to drop that one for the people. I drop around with like 9 freezes in order to show the people that I'm not just limited to footwork and top rock. I got a lot on my plate too. That leads to one of my strategies for this battle as well. Instead of throwing 12 rounds without repeating with a lot of moves, my mission was to throw 12 ill rounds with 12 completely different styles. You have a round that's full of whips, you have a round that's full of stacking, you have a round of power, and a round of tops, and a round of footwork. Everything, the whole variety, the whole 9 yards. So that way, the whole battle becomes a whole big picture of itself. And that's the hardest strategy you can take. But with my ambition, that was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to make it as big as possible. But with round number 6, I start throwing in threads when it comes to my footwork. And I throw in more whips than I did in the past, just to spice it up and add something that I didn't do yet this far. But I can't front. In round number 6, I'm already starting to feel my legs are dead. And we got 6 more rounds to go. When your body gives up on you, tells you signals like, okay, we got no more juice left, that's when you stop battling. That's when your mind starts to take over. And if your mind is strong, you can actually hold it down and go for a lot more when it comes to your battling. Skim Riches drops Marble Whitney track with that JB rhythms and JB sounds. And you know I'm a sucker for that JB funk. And that JB funk gave me so much energy that round number 7 ended up being one of the best rounds in the whole battle for me personally. And of course, Rox doesn't take this lightly, and for the next round that he does, he goes in hard, throws in more big stuff as well. And that gets to me too. I don't want to do no short run after this. I'm gonna stack my round once again with new stuff and new kind of styles that I haven't done in the past. And that's another conversation that you have with yourself inside of your head during a battle like this. What is the stuff that I already did before in the previous rounds? What do I have still left in my arsenal? What is some of my material that doesn't require that much energy that I still can do actually when it's this late and there's so many rounds already behind? How do you put it together when it comes to variations, or do you still keep coming up with new stuff every single round? How do you put the round together when it comes to the moves? I don't do sets, so actually planning everything out over there in the spot, combining small moves in a new way based on the music that comes out from the speakers and based on the response of the opponent. That's a quick task. You gotta think fast. And possibly the best thing is that if you don't think at all, if you just manage to flow without thinking, that's when the best outcomes come. So here we are at round number 10, and you start thinking, my body is killing me. But you met all these people the night before in the pre-party already. You met people from Peru, from Chile, from all the way from Ukraine or Japan. You don't want to let them down. You got 3 more rounds to go. You got no energy left, no power left, but I'm gonna start off with the 2000. Add some personal variations on top. And we got 2 more rounds to go. Round 11. This is when true digging starts. You go through your archive of moves in your head and you think, I've done most of it, but there's still something left. And at this phase of the battle, the number one thing you don't want to do is repeat your moves. That will make no sense in order to make that many rounds. We just do the same stuff over and over again. So you go through your archive and you think like, what do I got left? I got the dog chasing the tail. You start grabbing the foot and pull it over and over again like a mad dog in order to make that round complete. And you get ready for the round number 12. And that's it. Last round of the day about to start. Scheme drops one of his classic songs because he knows that this is the time where we need energy, the audience needs energy. We need to bring the energy up again in order to make it into a classic, unforgettable battle. And that's what he did. The Circle King's anthem song that he dropped makes the audience go, wow, Rox does a decent round for the last round. And you think to yourself, last round, best round. I gotta give everything that I have for this round. Walk around, get the audience involved to give me more energy. Start off with a gutting burn that I learned from Mr. Wiggles, wash my hands, and drop down on the floor to finish up the battle. Get some text on the footwork, and I'm like, hey, I got the last round left, I need to go for some power. Belly mills, halos, into the focus freeze, finish up, and leave it there. Let it breathe when it comes to the last freeze. And that's it. You get up, feeling absolutely exhausted, but full of happiness about the fact that you made it through the battle, and happy for your opponent that he made it through the battle in a way that he did. You get a feeling that this was something significant that went down in the breaking history, and it did. That's an amazing, absolutely amazing feeling. It took a million losses to get there, but we were both winners that night. And that's it for the battle breakdown of Focus vs. RoxRite from 2009. Hope you learned something from it, and there's something that you can use in your follow-up battles after this. As far as the mindset, as far as putting your rounds together, as far as pacing yourself, and as far as distributing your arsenal of material throughout the battle, whether it's 2 rounds or 12, who knows? Now next up, head out to bboydojo.com with tons of footage and free inspiration, with all of the knowledge drop videos out there at the blog. And you're gonna find something that's gonna take your breaking to another level, to hopefully can inspire you in the future battles to come. That's it for the battle breakdown for Focus vs. RoxRite. This is Focus signing out. I'll catch you with the next knowledge drop next week, y'all. Peace.